Hello, welcome back to What on Earth 2, where I am going to talk about what on earth happened with Dubai on What on Earth 2, at least for me anyway, and I'm sure for a lot of you too. It didn't work out very well, did it? I think there's a lot of contributing factors. Primarily for me, I think it was my distance from the server and the equipment that I was using it on, as well as obviously the combination of thousands of people trying to buy all at the same time. I ended up having to move to 3 different locations to try and make this happen, because I was so set on it that I went from a hotel room to a Tinder date's house to McDonald's, and then I ended up in the museum in Wellington just so I could try and buy the things that I needed to buy. So did I get any class 1 tiles in Dubai? Nope. Did I get class 2? Nope. Only just managed to get class 3, and I'll show my journey and then at the end try and maybe highlight an issue that I think was a big part of the problem. As always on this channel, there are no free tiles, there is no advice, and there's no Patreon. I don't need your money, but if you want to follow the story, by all means, click subscribe and you can see what happens at my end. One of the biggest problems, I think it was, is the time delay between my devices and the connection to the main server, like how many seconds behind I was. During the main countdown at the beginning, at one point mine jumped from several minutes down to, I think it was at 8 minutes, and then I wasn't paying attention and I looked again and it dropped down to 4 minutes, and I thought, whoa, that was quick. No way it went that fast. And then I waited again, and before I knew it, it was on the 10-second countdown. And that 4 minutes definitely didn't pass in that time. So there was some delay happening on my side somehow. Okay, this is the setup that I'm gonna try and go for. If I had more devices, I would have way more devices set up here. But I wanted to have a quick setup just to see if the times were different. And they are by quite a few seconds. So you can see that my laptop is maybe 1 second ahead of my phone. And my phone is like, what, 3 seconds ahead of my tablet. So obviously I'm gonna use my laptop, but I can't help but think that what if your laptop is 3 seconds ahead of my laptop, or somebody else's laptop is a few seconds ahead. 3 seconds, I think, is a huge amount of time when it comes to trying to get class 1 tiles. But let's see if I reset the window, and let's see if it does it again. So I'll close this one down, open it up with Earth 2 again. I'll close this one down, Earth 2. Let's see if loading it up changes the seconds. We can see that my laptop is still about 1 second ahead of my phone, just about. And then here, my phone is still about 2.5, maybe 3 seconds ahead of my device. So obviously my laptop's the one in the lead, but are other people's devices further ahead than mine? I mean, I hope not. So Dubai is gonna be an absolute gamble. And what makes my situation slightly worse is that I'm currently in a hotel and I had to go to Wellington for a work thing. And when this gets to 0, it will be 10 a.m. Sunday morning. So I'm in one hotel now. This is Friday night. I've got to find another one tomorrow, which I haven't booked yet. And it's, what is it? Homegrown Festival this weekend. They're really hard to find a place. So wherever I'm gonna film this next bit, when we get to 0, I think I'll likely be in a McDonald's restaurant somewhere, waiting for the countdown to make this happen. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I've still got to be there for when the countdown gets to 0. Hopefully my laptop isn't miles behind other people's devices and I can get maybe at least 1 plot of class 1 tiles, and I will be quite happy with that achievement. So as you can see from that video, there are several seconds between those devices, never mind the time difference between other people's devices on the server. So a huge part of it, I think, is the technology that we're using. Like my device, how fast that was connected to the Wi-Fi. So what Wi-Fi service did I have on my device? Was it really quick? The time from the Wi-Fi router to the node, and then how far was the node from the main exchange, and then how far is that main exchange to send that signal to the main server that was holding the main countdown. I think all that plays a huge part in being 1 or 2 seconds behind the click that needed to happen. And you guys know from, if you did it yourself, like 1 second in a digital world is a lifetime, especially if there were bots. And this was another thing that I think, because Shane said that the number of people quadrupled within the last 30 seconds. Now to me, that sounds like bot activity. If people was planning on using bots, then surely they would only make the bots go live within 30 seconds of the countdown finishing. You wouldn't have the bots on there all the time. You just load them up at the last second in the hope that they don't get stopped. And a really good way for the people that use bots, if they did, to get round being able to keep their property is as soon as they've bought it with the bot profile, sell it straight away. And the person that then buys it from the bot, surely Earth 2 can't then take that property from them. Because if they have plausible deniability where they can say, no, I just bought it off another person selling it, I didn't use a bot, then surely they get to keep it. The people at Earth 2 can't take it from them in that case, which I imagine would be the smart thing to do if people were using bots. So I kind of feel that if there's massive swaths of land that have been bought because of bots, and then they've sold them onto another profile that they had set up, then I don't think there's much they can do about that. And there are a few other parts, I suppose. Connor Kenny did a really good video where he's speaking to an IT professional explaining how so many people can clog up the system. And Earth 2 Meta, he did a really good video on explaining what he thinks too. So I'm not going to go into those details, but this is what happened with me. So this next part of the video is where I ended up at a Tinder date's house, and part of the agreement, not agreement, that sounds wrong. Part of the process I said to her was like, I need to do this at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. I need to be online for this time to be able to be part of this thing. And she was so helpful and so accommodating. She was like, yeah, sweet, use my Wi-Fi, crack on. So I did. So here we are, guys. We got what? 38 minutes to go. I'm just getting online. I'm not in a hotel. Ask me no questions. I'll tell you no lies. You got 5 devices, and we found one of the devices that is 3 seconds ahead of all of them. So is this an Apple?
No.
No.
It's an HP.
All right, so this is the one I'm gonna have to try and buy the land on first, because this is 3 seconds faster than the fastest one. So this is the winner. Okay, so the timer went really, really quick, and we just pressed buy, and at the minute it is processing, please wait, processing, please wait. Oh no, it's refreshed and it's gone.
Oh,
go.
Look.
Oh no, no. It's gone down with maintenance.
Don't refresh the page, because I refreshed the page and it did that.
No, pay with balance. Did I get it? Did I get any of them? I think I definitely messed up the first time, or at least contributed towards my own problem by trying to use so many devices. Like, I should have known that that wasn't going to work. And it's not how the platform works. You got one profile through several devices, all with different plots of land. That's never gonna make sense when I press buy and that goes through to the computer system at the other end. So I even tried to test it where if I clicked on the device that was 3 seconds behind, if I clicked on that 3 seconds earlier, at the same time my laptop was at 0, my laptop would go through, but the device still wouldn't. So it didn't matter that that laptop was ahead, it mattered what the countdown was on that particular device. If it was 5 seconds behind, I couldn't click it until it got to 0, even if my other device, I was already successfully clicking. So I think I completely shot myself in the foot the first round of trying to buy that. So after it went down the first time, I stuck with one device for the second time to try and buy some property. And did I get anything then? Nope, still didn't manage to get any. So then after this, the next countdown started. I obviously spent way too much time at my Tinder date's house that I decided that I was gonna pack up and go, so I wasn't holding her up. So I packed everything up and then I went to McDonald's. Third time looking. Did I get anything in McDonald's? Yes, but only just. I managed to buy one 5x5 tile plot on the Palm Island. This took me, I was clicking and clicking and clicking and resetting and closing the tabs down and opening the tabs up again, and then closing my browser down and opening that up, and then purchase, and then failed, and then moving the square somewhere else, and then forgetting about Palm Island. Then I went over to the little sporadic islands higher up, tried to buy some of them, didn't work, went back over and over again. This took me a long time, but eventually I got one 5x5. That was it. Class 3 too. So yeah, I didn't get it. And that cost me, I think $55 for the 5x5. And then after that, because I was sat in McDonald's, my battery was dying on my laptop, my battery was dying on my phone. I wanted to try and get some more and I wasn't ready to give up yet. And then another countdown timer had started. So I thought, fine, I'm gonna try and find somewhere else where I can use a plug socket. So I ended up in the Wellington Museum, just sat on a chair against the wall where the plug socket was. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, it's gonna crash again, isn't it? Oh, for fuck's sake. Fucking buy it. What the fuck? Oh, you're fucking joking. And you can kind of see in this video that every time I'm trying to buy, the price is going up and the price is going up. And I'd put credit on my account and I'd use I only put $100 on there because that's all I wanted to spend. And I'd used 50 on that first plot of land and I really wanted to get another plot of land and it was going up and it got up to 80 odd bucks or something at this point. So I thought, I'm gonna have to put some more credit on there. So I put another 50 bucks on there thinking 100 bucks, that's it. That's the maximum I want to do. And then fortunately, finally it went through. Fucking hell, that was hectic. So, oh yeah. So I ended up with two 25-meter squares. Whoa, one on the Palm Island that's been built up and one on the Palm Island that isn't. Not bad. I wanted to do better and they're all class 3, bit disappointed, but I got something at least. And I'm in a new place now. I've had to move 3 or 4 times now. Whew. 90 something bucks that ended up going up to. So that's all I ended up with at the end of it. 2 5x5, one on the Palm Island, one on the unbuilt Palm Island, and I spent 150 bucks. Now, after that, obviously people kept buying, so I still ended up, my property value went up after that. So I think it was left with the $55 one that I paid for is now worth 250 something. So I'm still doing not as good as I would have liked, nowhere near as good as I would have liked, but I can't hate the system for that, really. It's a new system, they're a small company, they haven't been around for long, they're trying. Yes, lots of people did mention they're going to need new servers, and I was really frustrated at the time. And it's right for all other people to be extremely frustrated, but I kind of think that it was the first time. If this happens again, that they do another release and the system crashes again and again and again, then I think we have a real right to hold on to our frustrations and say, like, you didn't learn after the first time. But I don't know, I think first time I'm willing to give them a buy and allow it. But in the end, like, am I really pissed at Earth 2? Like, not really. I'm disappointed, like really disappointed I couldn't get a class 1. I thought it was a really good opportunity to get some good land, and you hear about the stories of people making their money back on land income tax, like almost immediately. So I'm so disappointed that I couldn't get that for myself, but I kind of put that down to me, being in an awkward situation with my laptop, trying to have too many devices open at the same time. Just, yeah, I can't really blame Earth 2. So now I'm just looking forward to the next stage, right? We've got the Easter egg hunt that's happening. Then we've got the part where we can name our properties. That's going to happen soon. And then phase 2 itself is coming soon. So I'm still looking forward, and I'm not selling my land. I'm not in it to buy a property and then sell it on. Every bit of land that I've bought so far, I've held on to, and I'm going to build it up through phase 2 and then see what happens in phase 3 when we can freely walk around it. So yeah, if you want to follow that journey, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.